With the raps, I'm seeing people who was literally fucking trashing me on the internet saying, this nigga Hit Boy snapping. It was a little nerve-wracking at times having to sit and play keys in front of Mariah Carey. I got so much knowledge from going over to places like Qatar with Kanye and fucking Paris and just picking up game, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, it's Elliott Wilson from Rap Radar, and this is the truth. Being one of hip-hop's most celebrated producers, yeah, that's cool and all, but if you're today's guest, it's just not satisfying enough. I'm talking about Fontana, California's favorite son, Hit Boy. After staking his claim producing classics like Niggas in Paris, Hit stepped from behind the boards and proved he could rap. Even bolder, he left good music to start his own imprint with Interscope Records, called HS87. Yeah, Hit has always done it his way. And today I'm gonna talk to him about his latest project, We The Plug. What does it take to build your own movement? And what has he learned from his recent work with legendary singer Mariah Carey? Walk me, man, it's the truth. Man, it's the truth. I got the homie Hit Boy.
What up with it, bro?
What up, baby?
Man, you already know
We The
what it
Plug.
is. Yes, sir.
I knew he was coming to New York. I was like, I heard I'm near LA. I'm coming out here to see the boy.
Bro, appreciate it, bro. We got this good weather going on, man. Feeling good. You feel me?
You
We The
live the
Plug
lifestyle.
on iTunes right now. Get that.
Tell me about that project, man.
Man, We
Because
The
it's not
Plug.
just you, it's the whole movement,
Yeah,
right?
it's the whole movement, man. It's just the fam. We've been coming up together. Audio Push, B-Mac the Queen, who I met on MySpace back in 2006. And I told her when I got on, I was going to hold her down. And now, you feel me? We got the Grinding My Whole Life video out right now that's moving and reuniting with my pops and having that, you know, just relationship. It took so long to get that relationship right. Just because, you know, he was locked up, first off. And then we kept in touch through letters and stuff, but just still, it's hard to get to know a person. And for me, the type of person I am, I'm super reserved, and he's a wild, you feel me, motherfucker. Like, he don't know how to do. He don't know how to do shit but gangbang, to be honest. You feel me? So I'm just showing him a different route and a different way to get it. He used to send me raps and shit. He started writing raps, and he found out I wanted to make music through the letters I was sending, and you know, going to see him and seeing how fucked up shit was, like being down at the prison. Like, I wanted to be a different type of person. You know what I'm saying? From when I was young, like I always just had a different type of mindset because I seen how real shit can get if you go that route. You know? All them dudes could be doing a bunch of different other things, but instead they on We The Plug and we making music together, and they, you know, they doing something productive. You feel me?
You said this project is about not just you, but this whole movement.
Yeah, like definitely trying to establish a movement. You feel me? I came up looking at people like Puff, looking at people like JD, looking at people like Hov with Rockefeller, like just wanting to really embody something that means something. You feel me? All them dudes stood for something. They stood for quality music, and they just stood for what they stood for. So you feel me? We rocking. We from the West. We from the IE. We got a whole bigger movement. You feel me? We like really trying to put on for a whole different part of Cali that people ain't really, you know, got respect for right now, that people ain't really up on yet.
You know, Cali, one time, you know, we had the Dr. Dre era, very celebrated. Then it seemed like after the Game had his success, Cali went through a tough time of being recognized in hip hop. Now all of a sudden we're back, the resurgence is there, but a lot of it comes from more that Compton perspective with Kendrick and YG. Like, explain why you rep where you come from, Fontana, like what makes that different culturally from?
It's crazy because you can really rep where you came up at, and you can really follow your dreams and like make that shit a reality. Like, people from the IE, they think like, man, we can't rep the IE, we gotta rep LA because it sound cool, or we gotta rep, you know what I'm saying, where our people from. Like, we really came up in Rialto and Fontana. I made my first beat ever in Rialto, so you feel me? That's gotta stand for something. Like, that shit is some real shit. It's beautiful that I was able to go work with so many amazing people like MIA, like Hov, like Beyonce, and just learn how to produce. So like, I can come back and I can have my homies tell their stories over my music and make the shit just sound amazingly big and shit.
But that wasn't good enough, man. You wanted yourself to be in front of the mic, you know, and like, and you caught a lot of criticism when you stepped out and did that.
Oh yeah,
it was
for
like,
sure.
It was like the height of you being a producer, and like I told you, like back in the day, Kanye went through the same thing. Like, people were like, "You a dope producer. Why do you want to rap?" You know, what was it about that, and how did you deal with all that criticism you were getting?
I've been fronted on my whole career pretty much, so it's like all I know how to do is just work, just make the best product I possibly can and keep progressing, and the shit's gonna come together. So with the raps, I'm seeing people who was literally fucking trashing me on the internet saying, this nigga Hit Boy snapping. So it's like, you gotta just focus on what the product is and make it quality and do your shit. You're gonna keep getting better with it.
But it seems like even at the height of all that, it was important for you to step out and build your own thing.
Yeah.
How did you know the timing was right to do that? Did you, were you
Man, it's
concerned
crazy.
at all?
I
You
did
maybe
it,
didn't
bro.
establish yourself enough, or was it just like you couldn't turn down these opportunities that came? Like, what was the mindset?
Man, like for real, bro. Like, I made music with like my heroes. You feel me? Like I went in, did everything I set out to do from being a 16-year-old kid, like being just mesmerized by the game. Never had seen nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, so just to be around all these circles and making this music, the shit was amazing. But like, it's crazy just watching the internet, bro. We in an age where Wonder Girl could come out with one beat and she's automatically compared to Hit Boy. You feel me? As much work as I've done. Every step of my career, it's like when I'm telling people I'm gonna go sign with good music as a producer, people are telling me don't do it. When I'm telling them I'm about to leave, don't do it. So it's like every step niggas is telling me what not to do. So I'm just gonna keep doing my shit my way, and you know what I'm saying? It's gonna work out for me because I got a pure heart, bro.
But you're the leader. Like, what's that, being the leader, and
Man,
is that
the
important to you?
being the leader is very important. Like, man, I got so much knowledge from going over to places like Qatar with Kanye and fucking Paris and just picking up game, you know what I'm saying? So like to be able to come through and spread that wealth of knowledge back to my homies that, you feel me, ain't really seen shit, ain't really been nowhere, don't really know much, you know what I'm saying? That shit is like, that makes it worth it all, you know what I'm saying? And that's really what I'm doing.
But what makes you
it
not
for.
be selfish that you want to pass it on and build your own, like build up
Man,
others? Like, it's
really,
like you
really-
rep Audio Push as hard as you rep yourself.
Exactly.
You know?
But like, man, it's crazy, like I was saying earlier, like with the people I embrace, it comes from me, you know, seeing my pops being locked up from back, you know, when I was a shorty, like wanting to change people's lives and not have to have them be in fucked up positions. Like, I'm always a person helping, like whether it's loaning out bread, like whatever it is, just with my people, like that's just how I've always been. Like back in high school, my homies would get into it with their parents and shit. They come right to my crib, and my mom, she's so welcoming and open, and she trusts me so much that she would just let them post up.
We'll take it back a little bit. Like you said, like you've been fronting on a lot at times, but obviously you have those moments where it's like your breakthrough. Obviously, it was niggas in Paris. What is that like? Where it's like you have that moment where this is the song,
Right.
you're the guy. Like, how do you deal with that attention?
It's crazy because it's like a gift and a curse. Like, people, if I don't live up to that, if it ain't a niggas in Paris, then it ain't good enough for the people. You know, I was on John Legend's album multiple times. I was on MIA's album multiple times, but Beyonce's, but none of that, you feel me, still like to the people connects to be like more of like, you feel me, what the guy who made Niggas in Paris is supposed to do. I can't really get caught up in the expectations of other people. That's what I have learned in these last couple years. Like, I gotta just keep doing me, you feel me?
But it's funny how that song became its own movement. What did you make of that when you started developing, and like even I guess maybe the live shows also solidified it? The fact that, you know, Kanye and Jay would do that song so many times
that shit,
in succession.
That whole just like couple years I was fucking with them, that was like an eye opener, bro, to like what this shit really is. Like, you gotta really go in, like if you want this shit to go to that level, man. Like, them dudes don't play, like they working around the clock. I feel like I've seen the promised land. I gotta get there, you feel me?
We was literally in Paris when they did Niggas in Paris.
Like mad
And I
times.
remember, and then I remember you was like, I saw you in VIP, you had you might have had a beverage or two, you was having a good time. And then next thing I knew, you was on the stage, man. You was gone. I was like,
crazy, bro. Crazy, but
was you just zoned out? Did you even realize what was going on at the time?
man, bro, I didn't know what the fuck was about to happen. I just walked up to the stage to just turn up, like not knowing I was going on stage. And when Hov told me to take my chains off, I'm like, what the fuck? So I go up, you feel me? And then niggas turn it up, they showing love. So that was crazy. I actually got a picture blown up in my studio of that moment. Like Hov like pointing into the crowd, like it's a wild picture,
we
bro.
couldn't find you after at the after party, man. You disappeared
Oh
on
my
us,
God,
man.
bro.
What happened?
I was too gone. You feel me? That's crowd surfing with a bottle of champagne in your stomach. That's some crazy shit, bro. For real.
Yeah, man, Elliott Wilson, the truth. We inside, man. Me and Hick got company now, man. Audio Push.
What's poppin', man?
Introduce yourself, my G's. We don't know yet.
Man, you already know. I'm Octane.
I'm Price.
We're Audio Push.
Yo, Audio Push, man. You're a rap group, man. We don't have rap groups no more in 2014, man. What's going on?
We holding it strong, man. Keeping the duo
Alive.
hip-hop alive, you feel me?
Why do you think it's so rare nowadays to have a group?
Too many people are either trying to force groups together You know what I mean? We just keeping the chemistry. It's all organic, I guess.
We just really been homies and been a group, so yeah.
That's what I was saying earlier. Like, we really just homies. Like, we used to be at my mom's crib doing the same shit we do now, just working, like hustling.
So write raps together.
Yeah, we don't really think of it as we're trying to keep a group together. You know what I mean? It's just like homies.
Just
making
feels
music.
natural.
Yeah, because this man, you know, as he's gotten into the spotlight more and more, he constantly reps you guys. Like, talk a little about him, like his evolution and like what is it like working with this guy?
Man.
You know, everybody used to talk about how like Pusha T was talking about how as the Clips, they had like direct disposal to Pharrell, you know, and like they'd be fighting for tracks and like, what's it like to have the inside track on the genius of Hit Boy?
We definitely got that luxury as far as being able to just go on his laptop and snatch some beats if we want.
I'm able to get bored and go through Hit Boy 9785 and just scroll through beats if I want to. That's kind of fun.
Which is awesome. But no, it's been dope. Just seeing the growth and seeing like stuff that we talked about like at his mom's crib just come to life, you know what I'm saying? And it's just all been a growth for all of us, but it's been something that's like
And then there's the musical
organic,
growth.
you know?
It's all surreal, bro.
It's all
Straight
dope.
up, man. Like, we done been through everything together, man. Like, really thugging,
Everything you
bro.
can
Like,
imagine.
no bread. Like, just like really thugging and just like.
But when he started eating though, did you worry like this guy's gonna be gone?
Nah,
like,
before any of that even happened, he had moved to
the A.
Atlanta.
Yeah.
Was working
Polo,
with
and
Polo,
right?
That was it for me. In my head, I was like, he's never coming back. I'm never gonna see this. I used to just hit him on the cell phone like, yo, what's the deal?
on the aim.
And I just thought that was it. I thought I was just gonna rap. He was gonna bump heads again, but then he came back out to Cali, and as soon as he got back, it got right back regular.
When you guys make some noise, like you had this record Shine, man, great song, great video.
That's the first song, like, even for all of us, just as a collective, like all of us, that we got to make that meant something to us and the people loved it. Like,
Bro, we was in Chicago on tour. We shot it in Chicago. We was about to cancel it, and then the director was like, nah, bro, I got it under control. So the director pulled it together last minute, bro, and then the homies just murked that shit.
Speaking of the tour, that was Lil Wayne, right? America's Most Wanted. What was that like? Like, get the call, you guys gonna go out there and grind it out. That was your first real tour, right? Like first thing.
Yeah, that
Another
was
eye-opener,
like on another level.
Seeing how people react to certain, you know, parts of the music and shit, like when 2 Chainz would come out and just like soon as his shit dropped, instant reaction, you feel me? That made us want to even just make music a certain type of way, just bring like an energy that as soon as you hear it, that's what We The Plug is kind of about too, like just having music that as soon as you turn it on, like it feels good and it's just something you can ride to. You ain't got to think about it too much, put it on, put it in your whip, wherever you at, just, you know what I'm saying?
oh, tour changed our whole music making.
Like speaking of somebody who has a very strong connection to her fans is Mariah Carey, obviously.
Man.
And there's a lot of legacy that comes with that when you're a producer and you know, you get in the lab with her, like you think, you know, she's probably a diva, she's gonna be drinking champagne all day.
Man,
Like,
nah, she
what was
was
that
she,
like?
she-
What did you
she-
learn from her in the
Mariah,
experience working
man,
with her?
she's the shit. Like I feel like she's been the same person from the start, you feel me? Cause just how she is, like she's so cool and she's really about the music, man. Like she ain't trying to sit up there and make some shit because it sound like something. She want to make some shit that she really gonna jam to, that she like, and that's how we operate. So we got along ASAP, but it was a little nerve-wracking at times, like having to sit and play keys in front of Mariah Carey. But me and Mariah had started the idea, and like I wrote the little hook part with her, and then we did a melody for the verse, but then they just instantly helped fill in the words because they're fucking wordsmiths and shit. So
Yeah, it was dope, man. And she was super cool, like he was saying, like for her to be Mariah Carey, you know what I mean? You don't feel like that. Right. So when you in the studio and you get lost in the trance because you like, why is she so regular?
we love progress, bruh. Like we are fucking, we come from like not having shit. I used to sell my CDs at school, bro. Like no niggas laughed at me. Like niggas always doubted me. Niggas always fronted on me. So I don't give a fuck about nothing, bro. I'm just trying to like get it with my people, man. Like I'm not no malice, bro. I'm over here just trying
Well,
to
that's
land
the other
with my
thing too,
people,
like
bro.
something about being a producer. It's humbling because you make tracks for people. A lot of it's out of your hands at a certain point, right? Like the artist has that power to pull the plug, make it happen, but you have to almost humble yourself to a certain aspect. If you know, you can feel passionate about something, and sometimes you may cook something up, and then down the road people like lose interest in it or don't like love it the same way when you recorded it.
Another reason we had to do the plug, you know what I'm saying? To just like really be like, this is what a song produced by us sounds like. This is what it's supposed to sound like. Coming up, I had to leave it in other people's hands. So like now this is the first time you seeing like my mind, you feel me? Like for real, for real. I'm not here like out here talking about I'm the next Kendrick or I'm the next nobody, bro. I'm just making the music I literally want to listen to, bro. I bang my shit in the whip. You feel me? We bang our shit. That's you feel me? Like that's what I'm on. So like if it even just to get it like, you know, to where it is now, man, this shit is crazy, bro.
On your next individual project, do you think it's going to be in the vein of like hit story, or are you going to go on a new
It'll
direction?
definitely be another hit story, you feel me? Just telling more personal shit, you know?
Wish you guys luck, man. You ain't going to need
bro.
much of it, man. I know how you guys get down.
Appreciate you, bro.
But I appreciate you every time, man.
already know,
HS87, the new
fam.
movement, baby.
Yes, sir.
Hit.
Man, we appreciate you.
Octane, what up, baby? Hey, man, we're out of here. I'm trying to enjoy the rest of this beautiful California afternoon. I want to thank Hit Boy and Audio Push for taking the time. What do you think of the HS87 movement? Have you checked out the We The Plug album? And what do you think of Hit Boy's work with Mariah Carey? Subscribe to youtube.com, Jay-Z's Life and Times. Hit us up on Twitter at Life and Times. Hit me up at Elliott Wilson and leave your comments. It's Elliott Wilson from Rap Radar, and that's the truth.
Found out I wanted to make music through the letters I was sending, and, you know, going to see him and seeing how fucked up shit was, like being down at the prison. Like, I wanted to be a different type of person, you know what I'm saying? From when I was young, like, I always just had a different type of mindset because I seen how real shit can get if you go that route, you know? All them dudes could be doing a bunch of different other things, but instead they on We The Plug and we making music together, and they, you know, they doing something productive, you feel me?
You said this project is about not just you, but this whole movement.
Yeah, like definitely trying to establish a movement, you feel me? I came up looking at people like Puff, looking at people like JD, looking at people like Hov with Rock.
Man, it's the truth. I got the homie Hit Boy.
What up with it, bro?
What up, baby?
Man, you already know
We
what
The
it
Plug.
is. Yes, sir.
I knew he was coming to New York. I was like, I heard I'm near LA. I'm coming out here to see the
Man,
boy.
bro, appreciate it, bro. We got this good weather going on, man. Feeling good. You feel me?
You
We The
live the
Plug
lifestyle.
on iTunes right now. Get that.
Tell me about that project, man.
Man, We
Because
The
it's not
Plug.
just you, it's the whole movement,
Yeah,
right?
it's the whole movement, man. It's just the fam. We've been coming up together. Audio Push, B-Mac the Queen, who I met on MySpace back in 2006. And I told her when I got up with the raps, I'm seeing people who was literally fucking trashing me on the internet saying this nigga Hit Boy snapping. It was a little nerve-wracking at times having to sit and play keys in front of Mariah Carey. I got so much knowledge from going over to places like Qatar with Kanye and fucking Paris and just picking up game, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, it's Elliott Wilson from Rap Radar, and this is the truth. Being one of hip-hop's most celebrated producers, yeah, that's cool and all, but if you're today's guest, it's just not satisfying enough. I'm talking about Fontana, California's favorite son, Hit Boy.
Oh, and I was gonna hold her down, and now you feel me? We got the Grind in My Whole Life video out right now that's moving, and reuniting with my pops and having that, you know, just relationship. It took so long to get that relationship right. Just because, you know, he was locked up first off, and then we kept in touch through letters and stuff, but just still, it's hard to get to know a person. And for me, the type of person I am, I'm super reserved, and he's a wild, you feel me, motherfucker. Like, he don't know he don't know how to do shit but gangbang, to be honest. You feel me? So I'm just showing him a different route and a different way to get it. He used to send me raps and shit. He started writing raps, and he
After staking his claim, producing classics like Niggas in Paris, Hit stepped from behind the boards and proved he could rap. Even bolder, he left good music to start his own imprint with Interscope Records, called HS87. Yeah, Hit has always done it his way. And today I'm going to talk to him about his latest project, We The Plug. What does it take to build your own movement? And what has he learned from his recent work with legendary singer Mariah Carey? Walk me, man, it's the truth.